What's up guys? Welcome to my kitchen. This is going to be the first video for Well Steps recipes here on Well Steps Social. What I'm going to be taking you through today is a Speedy Chili. So let's check it out. So I got my pan heating up. Now I'm going to get the garlic in here. I'm going to oil my pot first, but I have 2 pounds of Wegmans organic grass-fed beef. So I'm going to get my pan oiled up. I'm going to get some garlic toasting a little bit, and then I'm going to get the meat in there browning while I take care of the other stuff. Alright, I got my garlic toasted, my meat's in the pan. So what I'm going to do next, I'm making a little modification to what the recipe says. So the recipe calls for 1 can of corn. Again, me personally, I don't really like corn in my chili, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop up some celery sticks and I'm going to substitute that in rather than the corn. Again, just a healthy sub instead of having the corn. Again, if you don't want to mess with cutting up vegetables or anything like that, you can just buy a can of corn and throw it in here and enjoy that way. So I'm just going to chop these up while my meat's brown. Alright guys, my meat's just about done. Just to give you a little look at what I did with the celery here, just chopped it up. That's probably a little bit more than I'll probably need. I'll save some of that, maybe freeze it, put it in a crock pot meal or something like that. But try to chop it up so uniform, almost the same size as a corn kernel would be. One thing to keep in mind with celery, something like this is a more dense vegetable, so it's gonna take a little longer to cook, but no problem letting your chili stew for a little longer because chili's the best that way anyway. So meat's almost done, so now really the only thing left to do, pretty much just throw everything in. So we're gonna go in with our beans. We got our jar of salsa here. I had my cumin and chili powder pre-measured out just in this little cup. Don't mind the stupid animals in the background, but we're just gonna sprinkle that in. One thing I also did that I always like to do is I like to salt and pepper my meat, so make sure you do that. Adds a nice little flavor. The recipe calls for 2 cans of beef broth. I had this down in my basement already, so I'm just going to use slightly less than this whole container, which is going to be about the same amount. This is just organic beef broth that I got from the grocery store. There's about 4 cups in here, so I'm just going to use slightly less than that. I'm going to eyeball it there. And then I'm just going to go in with my celery. It looks like I'm actually going to use that whole thing, so I guessed perfectly. And then we're just going to mix this up, guys. And then the best part about chili is you just let it stew. And as you do, all those flavors meld together. Probably let this cook for at least a half hour. I'm not going to sit here and make you watch me cook this for a half hour, but we'll check back in with the finished product and see what it looks like, see what it tastes like. So we'll see you then. Alright guys, it's been about 30 minutes. I'm going to give this a try. It looks pretty good. One thing that I did notice, you know, without the corn, without the yellow in it, I felt like it was lacking some color. So I actually did have a bag of shredded carrots in the fridge. So just to add a little bit of bright color, I did throw some carrots in here, but just going to give it a try here. That's actually pretty good. I'm actually probably going to throw some more salt in there. Needs a little bit more salt for me, but you can adjust that however you want to. Like I said, super easy. It didn't take long. The longest part of this was actually waiting for the beef to cook. I chopped a few things up, but there are ways around that as well. So when planning your meals, you know, if you need to plan for convenience, like I said, it calls for a can of corn. If you want corn in there, that's easy, you dump it in. If you don't want to mess around with garlic, they have little jars of minced garlic. You can measure that out and dump it in, and then all you really have to do is brown the meat, add everything, and then you're good to go. It's chili. You can't really screw up chili, so do it how you like it. You can follow the recipe, or you can dabble as kind of I did here, but enjoy this one. That's actually pretty good. I think my family's gonna like it too, so Hope you enjoyed this first episode of Well Steps Recipes right here on Well Steps Social through ResTech Wellness, and we will see you back next time. Yes, there will be more. Take care and enjoy.